Hi everyone, it's Jenn from McCreath. It is April 15th, 2014, fourth video of the day. Got a god-awful sore throat here, I can barely talk. Very thankful to be doing this series today. Massachusetts Transgender Political Coalition got in touch, wanted some information about trans athletes participating in sports, specifically the Boston Marathon. Binary is a word that you often hear as a problem and a challenge in the trans community. So many sporting events look at sex and gender as being the same and being a binary, male, female. While I was in the midst of my transition, I knew that I was kind of out in this gray area, and I thought that a male or female label would be too restrictive. It would be an indignity. So who better to approach than the World Out Games and the Gay Games? Specific athletic competitions organized for the LGBT community by LGBT people. Initially, they were the Gay Games, and they had a spat. The organization split in two, and hence came the World Out Games. I approached the World Out Games after reading their policy in 2008 that said, again, they were very open and accepting of gay and lesbians, but the trans thing, there was an issue. Their sex policies were binary. I said, wait a minute here. You say you want to be opening and accepting. I'm neither male or female. I'm going through this transition. I'm not quite male. I'm not quite female. We got to come up with a way to include me and other people like me in a manner that's inclusive and free from discrimination. At the same time, it puts cisgendered athletes at ease, that they don't have to worry that they're competing against someone that may have an advantage. So they agreed with me. They accepted my proposal. We created a third category, the trans category. I competed, technically competed. My idea was that we would participate and not necessarily compete. I just wanted to go there and run the event and finish it. 13 athletes apparently took it up, and they were 13 athletes at the 2009 World Out Games in Copenhagen, Denmark, that competed in a sport and were actually awarded a gold medal for the trans sex category. Privacy is another issue, though. A lot of these folks did not want to be outed, so it was kind of kept hush-hush. You show up, you do your event, and that was the end of it. We'll give you the medal, but not in public. I was a little disappointed. I was hoping there'd be a little bit more opportunity to talk about this and use it as an example. I didn't go to Copenhagen because I wanted a gold medal. I wanted to raise awareness of trans people in sports. And ultimately I did do that. It became an international news story. I got coverage from media outlets all over the world. While I was there, I jumped in the pool and did a swim meet that was both the World Out Games swim as well as the IGLA swim. IGLA is a step behind the World Out Games. IGLA did not have a gender-neutral policy, so I did one swim. I was recognized as a transsexual champion, but I was also classified female. At least IGLA said, well, we don't want to create a third category, but the fact that you've started the trans process, we'll give you the nod. We'll throw you in with a female pool, which for me is what I wanted. I don't want to be seen as third sex. I went from male to female. I've wanted and needed the full sex change. I've had that done. I'm happy to be recognized as a female and thrown in with the females. I was given a silver medal because I was the second best female. Did I have a competitive advantage over other females at that time? I say no. The International Olympic Committee might have said otherwise. It had not been 2 years since my gonadectomy. Again, it was all about participation. Nobody raised a stink. If someone did, I would have gladly said, no, you keep this medal, give it to someone else. I'm not here for medals. Now, the fallout was that there was a lack of willingness to talk about it. I thought there was a great opportunity to highlight these trans athletes and say, we as an LGBT community recognize the T. We're glad you're here. That did not happen. I did not feel welcome and embraced. I felt that was tolerated, and that was it. And with that in mind, I decided not to go back. I did not go and defend my titles, the 2013 World Out Games. I have since been in contact with their rival, the original Gay Games lives on, and they are in the process of looking at trans policies. I'm actually waiting to get on the telephone for a conference call. Gay Games the next Gay Games take place this year in Cleveland, Ohio. Unfortunately, I'm not an athlete anymore. I've gotten myself out of shape, overweight. I've got a torn ligament in my ankle, but I can still at least be a part of a task force that will look at the policies, and ultimately want to make sure that LGBT people can feel included and welcomed. A lot of LGBT people shy away from sport because they feel there's a societal rejection. We need to build mechanisms that demonstrate that trans people specifically are welcome to participate in sport. We want you here. We need you here. We're glad you're here. Be a part of this. Compete, participate, have fun, get in shape, and be recognized for your accomplishments. Again, we got the International Olympic Committee policy was a benchmark, but it's definitely not perfect. It needs to be worked on. It needs to be improved. Trans athletes, we got to be the ones pushing for this, because the CIS board of directors are not going to change it on their own. We need to step up and say we want to participate in sport and we want a better system. So that's, I guess we'll leave it at that. I hope this 4-video series today has been helpful. Sorry I've been so sick and have this scratchy voice, but there it is. Jennifer McCreath, I appreciate it. Thank you, Massachusetts Transgender Political Coalition, for reaching out to me on this story. I hope these videos were helpful for you, and I hope they were entertaining and educational for everyone else. Jennifer McCreath saying, have a good day.